Hello and welcome to this Java tutorial brought to you by Tech Tutorials by Kyle. Today's topic is while loops. While loops are basically repeating if statements, just as how multiplication is repetitive addition. So the structure is pretty similar. We're going to type in while. This statement is true. Do these things. So basically what it's going to do is at the beginning of the loop, it's going to check if the statement inside the parentheses is true, just like an if statement. And if it is true, it'll do these things. And at the end of those things, it's going to check again if this statement is still true. And if so, it will keep going until the statement is false. So let's do a quick example here. We'll do int num equal to 0. And we'll say as long as that number is less than 4, then we will print that number. And then we will also add 1 to the number to prevent the loop from going on to infinity. So let's do a quick test here. And here we see it prints out 0, and then I added 1 to it, and it made that statement still true, so it did it again, and it went all the way up to 3, in which it would add 1 to it, and that number would not be less than 4, so it terminated the loop. Now, just as with if statements, if it starts off false, then the compiler will just skip over it and go on to the next thing. Okay. Now, as you can see, the number was initialized as 4, which makes this statement false, so it just skips over the while loop and just goes on to the next line of code. That's about it. If you have any other questions, another thing, this is called a counting loop. The other types of loops are sentinel controlled, which an example would be the user controlling the loop, and result controlled loop, in which some type of calculation will go on in here, and whether or not that makes the statement true will determine if the loop goes on. This is called a counting loop because we're using something like this to keep the loop going. Yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, and check out my website. Thank you.